All right, welcome back to Stillwater's Fishing. This is Captain Rich. We're doing a little maintenance in the shop today. Some of you guys that throw DT6s from Rapala or any other balsa baits may notice that they no longer float, but they start to sink. I don't know if you can see the scratches and all the bite marks on this guy, but he's performed admirably. So I did notice that he was starting to sink. He was no longer floating. I've tried super gluing where the hooks go, just filling those back in. So what I was doing is I was letting that dry out. It's been drying out in the shop for a couple days. I put it in the sun. Hopefully that dries it out as much as it needs to. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip it into a clear coat that I use on my crankbaits. So this is a little drip leg. So what this does is as it hangs, it allows the clear coat to kind of drip off there. That way you get an even coat on there. And then I take a longer one. It's got a little bit of a bigger hook. Kind of put that guy like that. Put it through the eye. Now on my crankbaits, I normally tape the plastic bills. This is all experimental. I don't know if this is a success yet or not, but you guys are here for the first run of it. And then I give it a little bend towards the belly of the bait. That way when it hangs, that wire doesn't interfere with the clear coat coming down. So then over here I've got my clear coat ready to go. I'm doing this all off a chest rig, so some of it may not be in view, or you may be just staring at the floor some of the time. Maybe I'll just make an adjustment. All right, so on my clear coat I use a mason jar and I put some saran wrap underneath the lid. That way it maintains a good seal, like so. And then where's my guy at? Right there. So I got him, and I'm just gonna give it a little dipski, dipper-do. And one thing, when you put it in there, sometimes the air bubbles get stuck on it. I just kind of try to shake those off, and then just pull it out nice and even. Let that stream just kind of go to a little trickle before we hang it. I'm not gonna waste your guys' time on that. If we get a little gel coat all over the place, it's not gonna be the worst thing that happens. So then just kind of hang it up there. I'm gonna let that sit for about 3 days just because of the humidity and the temperature and everything else. And then hopefully what we end up with, this is one that I did a couple days ago. I haven't fished any of them yet. This guy was brand new out of the box, so I wanted to try to dip it early and see if I can avoid that problem altogether. So obviously it's already got all the jewelry and everything on it. So that's my Frankenstein invention for my balsa crankbaits. Hopefully that yields a little better results. You can kind of see where there's some air bubbles trapped in there. I didn't quite get here fast enough. If you come back in like a half hour or 45 minutes later and you see air bubbles in your gel coat anywhere, I usually use a grill lighter. And what I'll do is I'll just get the flame close and see if I can get that air bubble to expand and come out of it while the gel coat is still kind of doing the runoff there. That way it still stays even. I didn't catch that one quite in time, so now there's a little gap. I don't think it's going to matter bouncing through wood and brush and everything else. If the fish can spot that, then I don't deserve to catch them anyways. That's what I got for you today. That's my little shop tip. Godspeed.